Welcome, everybody, to our presentation this evening. My name is James, and I'm going to be, I would say, your tour guide for today. We're going to go over some information that you're probably wondering if you're in our Liquid Gold Wellness group. You might be wondering, what is this? What's going on? Why am I in this group? Why is my friend so excited? And I just came here to get some questions answered. And so that's my job. My job is to kind of open the door a little bit and potentially answer some questions for you. I might not answer all of them. If I don't answer questions, feel free to get back with the person that invited you to tonight or tagged you in this video, depending on where and when you're watching it, and get back with them and say, hey, I've got a question about this or that. And they'll be more than happy to connect you with another tool, maybe another video, a PDF, a brochure, things like that, that can further answer your questions. But I'm going to do my best to answer as many as I can in as short a time period as we can accomplish tonight. So with that, the company that we are talking about tonight is called Vidify. And we'll talk about how that actually came together tonight. But Vidify was introduced to us a little about 5 months ago, towards the end of September into October, when the group that you're probably a part of, Liquid Gold Wellness, was at 0 people. Well, it was actually 2. It was me and Angel, my better half. It's usually here with me tonight. But we started the group because we just started sharing Vidify with friends because it was working for us. And I'll share my story with you this evening. Started working for us. We started sharing with other friends, and that group now is approaching 12,000 people. Because again, when you find something that works, you just want to tell really everybody about it. And when we heard of Vidify for the first time, we didn't really have any expectations whatsoever, because I've worked from home for now 21 years. So I've seen a lot of different products, a lot of different services, a lot of different companies out there, all shapes and forms and sizes, also at different periods of their growth, whether it's pre-launch or legacy or whatever it is. And I've seen a lot of different things in the industry over the last 20 years. And so I was hesitant to even look at this company. But now, after 5 months, and the amount of people that have been impacted in a positive way from this company is something I've never seen before. So the first thing I want to hop into tonight is, what in the world are we talking about? Like, what's the main thing? Like, why are we here tonight? We are going to talk a little bit about business tonight. We are going to talk a little bit about the product, but mainly we're talking about something that's been around for 4,500 years. I didn't come up with it. I didn't go, oh, this might be a good idea. Let's try this product. This has been something that's been in Ayurvedic medicine. It's been in medicine for thousands of years. It's been used all over the world. It's got, I think there's about, if you go, and I'll show you one of the articles tonight, but if you go on to pubmed.gov, which is just a huge website of clinical research papers, there's about 12,000 clinical trials that have been done on either turmeric, which is the root, or curcumin, which is the extract from turmeric. So if you have like Indian food, or you use ground up turmeric, that's ground up turmeric. That's like, the soily type substance that you might see, even if you take a turmeric product. That's the ground up actual root that they're taking out of the ground. When anything that's curcumin in it, that's the extract from the actual root. So it's a little different. So our product, and we'll talk a little bit more about this, it doesn't have a taste. It doesn't, taste like Indian food. There really is no flavor to this at all. I think if anything, might be a herbally flavor, if anything, but we usually put in our coffee and never taste it. What's really cool about curcumin is that everyone can use it, from animals, pets, horses. We've got so many testimonials from dogs, actually, that are using this product, that use it for hot spots, inflammation, bad joints, all those different things, to humans of all ages, from age 2 to age 92 or to 102. So it's really one of those products that everyone can utilize. And why is that? Because everyone suffers from inflammation. No matter how healthy you are, no matter how not healthy you are, you'll always have inflammation in your life because we live on the planet Earth. And there's a lot of stress around on the planet Earth, whether it's stress from work, or stress from the food that we eat, or stress from the air that we breathe, or whatever it is. All of those things, The reason that we have disease in our body is because inflammation happens. So you might have heard this in the past, but inflammation happens. And if it's not reduced in a natural way, that grows into other things and manifests it in other ways in the body. We won't go into those ways, but it all starts as inflammation. So something is inflamed, it ruptures and it gets bigger and bigger until it turns into something else. So with this product, our whole goal is how do we take this product, this curcumin, this turmeric that's been studied over 12,000 times. People ask, well, why haven't they figured this out until then? I don't know. I don't know why it took them so long to come up with Post-it notes or Velcro. Not sure either, but those things are really great as well. This is one of those things that when it was discovered, it was so patented that not everyone had access to it. And so if you go into the store, you might go, well, James, I see turmeric and curcumin everywhere. You go into, we go in Whole Foods over here, and there's like 2 shelves of turmeric and curcumin products. So it's not a secret, but the secret is that the reason those are on the shelf is because people buy them based off what they hear. So they'll hear turmeric does this, and they'll go buy it, and they won't feel anything, but they'll believe because of that study, turmeric must be doing this because the study says it does that. The problem with all those studies is at the end of the study, it says it does all these things, but it doesn't absorb into the body. And so people use black pepper and pepperdean and all these other things to try and get it into the body in some way, shape, or form. With the technology that we have here at VitaFi, with our product called NanoFi, this product makes it so, this technology makes it that we absorb it 277 times greater than native turmeric. What does that mean? I can take a lot less to get a lot more of an impact. And so it makes it where some people, they'll use this product and within the first 2 hours, they'll feel different. We have some people that use this product and don't feel a difference for 2 months. It all depends on what's going on in someone's body. And I don't have a magic ball that can tell people what's going to happen. We have people that they'll try this product and they'll go, I want to try this product because I want better sleep. And they'll get the product and they'll use it for a week or two. And like, I'm not experiencing better sleep yet, but my skin is clearer and my joints don't ache as much. And then a couple of weeks later, they go, and I'm sleeping better, because there's probably something going on in their body that they don't realize yet. And when you're absorbing turmeric into the body that's proven to do all these different things, that's when the magic happens. So when you're in our groups, when you see people in there going, wow, this helped me do this, or this helped me do that, it's not really the curcumin, it's not really our product that's helping someone be able to have less achy joints or relieve migraines or whatever it is. It's because we're reducing the inflammation in the body, and the side effect of that is less pain, is being able to get out of bed without aches and pains, is me being able to run a 5K every day in the morning, which I couldn't run a mile 5 months ago. And it's because of this technology. You can see our really cool, awesome video here that shows how this works. But the easy way that I explain how this technology works, which is called BioMS. It's like if you put a little man into a submarine. And if you remember that movie from years and years and years ago, it's a little submarine that delivers the curcumin into the blood. And this is all patented. I think there's 3 different types of patents on the product, so no one else can have this. It's exclusively available to VitaFi. And this technology allows us to deliver the curcumin into the bloodstream, into the blood cells, and then that micelle, that shell that's being shown there in that video, drops off and passes through your system. So you don't absorb the micelle, you wouldn't want to, it just passes right through the system, but you absorb the nanotechnology. And some of the studies show it absorbing within 15 minutes and throughout your entire body and staying in your system for up to 24 hours. So most likely when people are taking this, they only need to take 1 dose a day, depending on the inflammation in your body. You could take up to 2, but it really just depends on what you're looking for. For me, I usually take 1 a day unless I'm working out a lot or I know I'm going to have inflammation, and then I'll take a little more. But that's kind of the science behind it. If you're a person that loves to read articles and loves big, long words, which I don't, I just want to go, if I take this, will this work? That's my scientific studies. But if you are a person that loves studies, we have all the studies. You can go through all those different things, because what we've developed here in terms of the actual product behind it makes it so people can use this at any age and see real results. Now, when you think of like where did VitaFi come? How did they come up with this? How did they invent BioMS? We didn't invent BioMS. The CEO behind VitaFi said, I want to combine traditional medicine, proven science, and natural ingredients. And how am I going to do that? That's what he asked himself basically 6 years ago. And that led him down the path to find a company in Germany that had this technology that was able to combine all three of those things into a product that they created called NanoFi. And that's our flagship product. So this allows people to take curcumin, like we talked about at the beginning, take that BioMS technology, and it looks like this. It's a really cool glass bottle. Probably see it in the Facebook group, and drop 10 drops into really any drink at room temperature or warmer, and take it easily and be able to feel the effects that all those studies talk about. What can it do? I mean, these are the things that we can say it does, because again, these are all backed by all the science. Mainly, it's a potent antioxidant. Secondarily, which is what I've experienced the most from, is a healthy inflammatory response. So what does that mean? Like I said before, we're always around things that are causing inflammation in our body, whether it's the things we breathe, the things we eat, the things we do, the words we say, the people in our lives. There's a lot of inflammation around us. And so the question is, how does our body react to that stress or that inflammation? And so this makes it so you have a healthy reaction to that inflammation. So like when I go and I run a 5K, normally 5 months ago, my body would have an unhealthy inflammatory response. It would get inflamed and my knees would feel like 1,000 pins were poking into them, and I wouldn't be able to walk. And so that was kind of what happened to me 5 months ago. Now, when I run a 5K, my body has a healthy inflammatory response, and that doesn't happen. That's why I can do that every day now. It heals the gut. Cognitive function is huge. So people that have like migraines, or they have cognitive function disparament where they can't remember things, cell regeneration is a huge thing. Skin repair is something that I've experienced personally. I used to have scars on my back called keloids, and it's so weird, but they're gone. I don't know why. I don't try to explain it, but they have gone down. They used to be raised scar tissue on my back, and they've gone away. And so all of these different stories that are kind of going on in the group, we don't know what it's going to do for somebody until they start taking it. The biggest thing we want to tell people is that it is safe to take. It's been around for 6 years. So this is not new. This isn't like an idea that like, I wonder if this is going to work. It's been around for 6 years. It's backed by universities, it's backed by alliances and certifications. Right now, it's non-GMO, it's metal-free. We're working on the organic seal of approval, which in the United States literally just takes money in order to get those. So we have all those things either currently already or in the works, because we're officially launching into the US and beyond on April 22nd, even though right now you can purchase the product, and you can also be part of our entrepreneur program because we're launching all these new systems. So all these things are backed by the research that you need in order to know that it's safe to take the product. One of the best places you can go is PubMed.gov. Now, I wouldn't say trust the government about many things, but you can go to PubMed.gov and you can put in curcumin and anything. You can put in inflammation. This is what I put that in. You'll see all these articles about what curcumin and turmeric can do. So if you're wondering, James, will curcumin help me with this or with that? Just go here and put that in. And I'm not going to tell you if it works with it or not. This can tell you if it's going to work or not. And the thing is I wouldn't trust this to the point unless you have a personal experience, because this you can only take with a grain of salt too. But so many articles on here about what it can do. Yet the challenge is on YouTube too. The challenge is that it's hard to absorb. And that's really what we've solved here at VitaFi. We also have our Facebook group, which most likely, hopefully, you're a part of. If you're not, I definitely hop in there. Again, like I said, we started that with 2 people, and now it's grown to 11,300 people since we started that. I think it was end of September, maybe second week in October. I don't remember the actual start date, but it has grown like crazy because, again, people just want to know, how can I protect my health? How can I prevent disease? And how can I prosper every day? So no matter, again, like I said, if you're a super healthy marathon runner, or if you're a person that literally it's hard to get out of bed, this can be a product that can help you in any way, shape, or form that you need it to. So that's our Facebook group. And the thing about it is, I can sit here all day and you can go into this group and you can read and watch and do all these different things that you could hear what people are doing. But I have two friends here tonight that are going to come on and share their story, because what this is doing for others is so varied. And I think a lot of people, like I said before, they come in, they go, I want it to do this for me. Will it do that for me? And the answer I have to say is, I don't know, but it's going to do something, because we have a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. So if it doesn't work, you get your money back. You just, they send you a shipping label and you send the product back and you get your money back. You could do it empty bottle. You could use every last drop. And if you use every last drop and it doesn't work, send it back and get your money back. That's what we talk about. People is like, use this for 30 days and see what it can do for you, because all the stories that we have in the group are pretty amazing. But that's just, what you see. And we've had people come to us and be like, are you like paying people to put stuff in the script? And we're like, no, I wouldn't be able to afford that even if I could. But we don't pay anybody to put this in the group. We don't even ask them to put this in the group. They do this of their own volition. But I wanted to come off my screen share tonight and have two people share this with you, because their story is very different than my story. Mine was just joint relief, really. Joint relief, skin repair, and I just feel better overall. But there are some really massive shifts that are going on. And we have to always tread lightly around claims and all this kind of stuff. I always do my disclaimer before we talk to anybody tonight is, if you are on any medications, if you do have any ailments, if you're under the care of any doctor, please consult with them when you add any supplement to your regimen, no matter what it is. If it's Tylenol, if it's curcumin, consult with your doctor if you're under a doctor's care. So with that, I'm going to come off my screen share here for a second, and we'll talk to two of my friends. But the first friend I want to talk to is Jan. Jan started using the product not too long ago, and she has a really amazing story about what it's been able to do for her. So Jan, if you could come off mute and just share a little bit about, what was it like before using Nanofy on a daily basis, and then what have you experienced now after you've taken? I don't even know how long you've taken it for. I don't even know if it's been a month or two. I think it's been a month or two since you've been using it.
Yes, I started using it about the 10th of November.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been almost 3 months.
Oh wow!
It has been 3 months. Yeah,
right?
It has.
It seems
been
like
3
yesterday.
months. See, I can't count anymore either. Yeah. Before I started taking it, I had headaches, I had muscle aches, joint aches. I would prefer to go to the couch and lay down and stay there, but I knew I couldn't. I forced myself to get out of bed every morning. I wasn't enjoying life at all. Okay, I'm losing sound with you, James.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I was just making sure that I could see you on the
Okay.
Facebook Live. You're good to go.
Oh, okay. Anyhow, long story short, I'm 79 years old, but I'm not ready to quit living. And when I was introduced to this product, my question was, of course, will it help me? But when Patty introduced me to it and told me what had happened with she and Sandy for a few days, I thought, okay, I'm going to try it. So after a few nights of getting better sleep and being totally surprised, I would wake up with more energy, felt like I wanted to do something in the morning. After several more days, I realized that my hands that usually were swollen and I couldn't make a fist, I could make a fist. My feet, that where I normally had neuropathy was getting better and better day by day. Within a few weeks, I went and got a haircut, and I had been losing hair. And my hairdresser said, Jan, your hair's getting thicker. And I said, well, you know what? I need to start checking my comb. So I've checked my comb and my hair is not going down the drain and it's not in my comb. So that's pretty exciting. My attitude is better. The feelings of sadness that I had are gone. I have a passion for life again. I'd been in an accident a few years ago, and so I had a lot of shoulder pain and neck pain, and that's gradually getting better and better day by day. I've got more range of motion. Just truly seeing a difference and enjoying life.
That is so amazing. A lot of the things that I took from your story are those little things, right? You were able to go get a haircut. You know, we've got so many stories like that are just, I'm getting back those little bits of life that I just didn't have before. And that is why, you know, Angel and I are so like gung-ho on telling the world about this, because, you know, if I say Dr. Sandy, I call her Dr. Pink. If she didn't share this with you, you know, you wouldn't have been able to go get that haircut. You know, it's those things that I really think are really cool about this product. And again, we're not saying that this product caused that. This product caused the inflammation to be reduced so she could go do those things. And we've had a few friends really come in and go, hey, you know, we had one friend, Kim, who came in and she had something wrong with her back and she couldn't walk. Literally, she walked with a cane. And then after using this product for a few weeks, she was able to walk again. But it wasn't because of the product. It was because the inflammation was reduced in her body, allowed her to do her PT, which she literally could not do, that made it so then she could go walk without her cane. And so that's what this is really all about. It's about those little tiny incremental things that stack up. Like also with Angel, she had neuropathy, and Jan mentioned it, neuropathy in the feet. When you have neuropathy and you have pain, it's just the way of life. And when you take that away, just so many other things open. So Jan, thank you so much for sharing your story. I just hope that somebody on here went, you know what? I know somebody like that. Maybe somebody that's watching this right now. And you can go say, I want to see what this happens for 30 days. I would encourage you, give it 90 days. We've got a special going on right now that's a buy two, get one. You could literally make that stretch for 90 days if you wanted to. And at least try it and see what happens to your body over 30, 60, 90 days taking curcumin, because this is a lifelong supplement. This isn't something you take and lose, 100 pounds. This is something you take every single day and you notice those small incremental differences. So thank you so much again, Jan, for sharing. My second friend is somebody I got to actually just meet, and we got to go hang out with parrots and kids and church and all this kind of good stuff we got to do over the weekend. Angel's friend April learned about VitaFi and NanoFi a few months ago, started using the product, and she said, you know what? I think I feel a little different. I think I should share this with a few people. And it's kind of snowballed with that. But April, if you could come off and kind of tell us a little bit of what you've experienced, before NanoFi, how was life, what was going on, and then what's been going on since you've been using it.
Absolutely. So it's great to meet you guys too the other day. But so first of all, Liquid Gold has kind of changed my life just in that scheme of things as well. It's all of the people that it's introduced me to has just been amazing with the energy and like liveliness and everything, and people just healing. And I struggle with a lot of adrenal fatigue, depression, anxiety, probably anything that you could probably think of. Had a bad hip, all of these different things. So, and kind of like the person that was on here before, I'm so sorry. What was her name again? I apologize.
Jan.
Jan.
Yeah.
Just like Jan before, a lot of the things that she was saying, I'm like, oh my gosh, I kind of felt that way too, but I kind of lost a passion for life and a zest for life. And I just had so much adrenal fatigue. No matter how much sleep that I would get, I just never felt rested. And so what I can say about the second day of receiving the product, I finally had a first night of real deep sleep. And that was my second night. Not everyone's like that, but apparently my body needed it. I don't know. But and that made a huge difference. And then the second night I actually dreamed, and I can't even remember the last time I dreamed. I mean, I would sleep with one eye open because I have, my kids ever since, my son's 13. So ever since he was born, I've probably never gotten truly really good sleep. So that made the hugest difference, because then I started to feel energy. And then, like Jan, my depression, anxiety, and everything else just started to kind of wing. And I just felt in such a better mood. And I could tell with the inflammation, because I have gut issues. And that's why the reason I use the plus is because of the ginger that's in there. And then the vitamin D also in there. But I could tell just like the bloatedness of my stomach and, different things like that. I could tell a huge difference. So then I'm like, I've got to tell everybody about this. I mean, if I feel this good, and I'm a researcher, so I will read certain studies and things like that. The last 2 years, I really got involved into that, just knowing what I'm putting in my body. And I really wanted to go on to a more holistic approach to things because of all the metals that are in, a lot of the different medications and stuff like that. And especially for my children. So just so you guys know, I actually give it to my daughter. She's 6. I gave it to her tonight. She had a really bad headache. I didn't have any juice, so I just made her swig it with water, and she did it because she wanted to feel better. And she was better in probably 5 minutes of a headache. So I give it to my son a little bit. I'm really trying to give it to him. He's hitting puberty and everything. So, a little bit of the acne and all of that. It's helped with my skin. Also, I have a couple of different skin issues as well. And I can see a difference in my skin. Just like Jan, my hair was thinning. I have extensions. And so this is, but that's the reason why, because my hair was thinning. But especially from COVID, I had COVID in 2020. So I had long haul COVID. Smell, taste was gone. It took me probably a year and a half to get that back. So just with those different things, it's made a huge difference. When I went to see my mother, she was like, wow, your skin's glowing, or wow, you don't have extensions, your hair looks great, and then my mom's taking it now. She trusted me to take it. She's taking it and her mood is so much better. Another thing, focus, creativity. I feel like my mind is, I feel like maybe the inflammation from all of, I don't know, sinus infections and things like that, the inflammation, I feel a difference in that too. And I just have focus and I feel alive again. Like I want to do things and I'm creative, and yeah, so it's really changed my life, and getting involved in this on a level of, as a business. I want to do this as a business because to find something, I've never found a product that I'm so passionate about. And my friends know that. If I'm not behind it, then I'm not going to refer it to anyone. I'm so behind this product because I want to help people heal, and it can heal a lot of people and actually help them with a better quality of life. So that's really, why I got involved in it. But I just say, try it for 30 days and you'll see a difference, and yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too. I mean, you probably listed off. I don't even know. I lost track around 12 or 13.
Yeah.
There's so many different benefits that people are experiencing here, and you wouldn't think like, oh, I'm gonna take curcumin and my skin will be better, and my head will feel more clear, and all these different things. You don't know that until you try it. You don't know what's going on inside your body, and you go,
Yes.
oh, I don't feel good. Why don't you feel good? Well, because you don't get sleep. Why don't you get sleep? Because your body's inflamed at night, and maybe you have less restless leg syndrome and whatever is going on. It doesn't allow
Right.
you to sleep, so you have a clear mind. And so all the things that we're surrounded with all the time are band-aids. They're like, well, take Tylenol for this and take an antihistamine for that and take a this for
Yes.
this and all these different things. This is, instead of taking all that stuff, which we're not saying that stuff is bad, we're saying, hey, we would rather go to the root cause, which is actually inflammation in the body, or alkalinity. Could be a whole nother ballgame that we could talk about. But inflammation, when you reduce that, you're literally able to repair things because it gives it time to heal. And that's really what this product does for people. So that's
Yes.
what I,
And
yeah.
I will say one more thing too. I know that it was working for me because I was off of it for about 5 days. I thought I was on the well ship and I turned out not to be. So I was like, okay, I'll wait for the product. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need the product. So in that time frame, I could tell a huge difference because a lot of times we're living in pain every day, and our pain management is tolerate higher and higher and higher. And I have a huge high tolerance for pain. So after taking this, I never even realized what it was actually doing until being off of it. And another friend of mine that ordered it, the same thing happened with her. Her migraines came back, and she's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for my 2 bottles to come in, So that's just something to take advantage of too, with the special going on now, is you have 3 bottles, because you're really not going to want to run out of this. And what I would tell people is stop taking it for a day and see how you feel, because you will tell a huge difference. And the consistency is the key. I take it consistently every day, but I'm a low maintenance person too. So I like that I do not have to take it at a certain time every day. I can take it whenever, morning or night, more or not, So, but thanks, James, so much.
Well,
yeah, I hope this helped.
No, I know it helped because, again, everyone has a different story here. It's not just like, oh, the product does this. It can do so many different things because it literally is just an herb that is allowed to be delivered into your body. And so what I want to kind of wrap up here on the product side of things is kind of like what April alluded to, is like, well, how do you use this stuff? It must taste horrible. I must have to take lots of pills or whatever it is. I've already mentioned that it is a liquid form. So if you want to talk about a downside, you have to be careful, because when you make these molecules very small and you extract the curcumin from the turmeric, there is a lot of yellow in here. So you got to be careful with how you handle this product. So you take it off very, very slowly, and you really go slowly and put the drops into any real liquid that's room temperature or hot. I'll show you some examples here in a minute. But it's about a quarter to a half dropper full, and you can take it once or twice a day. I take it, like I said, twice a day, just because if I'm working out a lot, I want that. Children and animals can take it as well. I just lower the dosage for that. The ways to take it, some examples, and there's lots of other ways. People are putting in dressing now. They're putting in all different stuff. But most people use it in water, room temperature water. You just stir to mix. This is not a shaker thing. This is not a powder. It's a liquid. All you gotta do is stir it with a spoon in like room temp water. You can just drink it that way, and then brush your teeth, because just like if you drink or you suck on a blueberry or a raspberry lollipop or whatever it is, there will be some coloration, but there's no staining here. All you gotta do is brush your teeth, and you're good to go. Turmeric's actually proven to whiten your teeth, not discolor them. And so you can put it in your coffee, which is what we do every morning, a tea, or I like to do it at night. I put it in like a warm almond milk, and I just put my drops in there at night, and you can add whatever other flavorings you want to it. So it's super easy to use, which is really cool because I've never missed a day of using it, unless I forgot my bottle at home. We have some travel bottles coming out soon as well. But again, this is just a way that you can take it very easily. You might be asking yourself, well, it must be expensive then. If it's easy to take and there's science behind it and everyone's loving it, all these stories, it must be really expensive. You could be further from the truth. So one 30-day allotment is $50 for our normal Nanofy, or Curcumin Plus is $60. We also have a product that we don't talk about a lot, but we do have a really high-end pre and probiotics that has a gentle detox in it. We have that product too. But again, that's just something that we have because we're all about how do we reduce the inflammation everywhere in someone's body. And if they have a lot of gut issues going on, pre and probiotics are something that you might want to consider. The only difference, like April alluded to as well, the only difference between Nanofy and Curcumin Plus really is that the Curcumin Plus has ginger in it, which is good for your digestion. And it's also hard to absorb, which the BioMS allows that. And it's got some vitamin C in it. So it just depends on if you just want the regular run-of-the-mill Nanofy or you want the little added ginger. It just depends. I like the Curcumin Plus. I think it just looks more golden than the Nanofy. So that's my only reason. I don't really have anything. I've tested both of them. I get the same results with all of that. So if you are interested in taking a look at this, like we mentioned a couple times, there is a special going on till the end of February. If you're watching this on recording, hopefully we've taken it down before March 1st. But by the end of February, there's a buy two Curcuma Plus and get one Nano5 for free in the US only right now. And so you can go that, you can just ask the person that referred you tonight for their link. They send you your link, you go to that link, click on the US flag. Once you do that, you'll see promotional packs, and you just add that to your cart and you're good to go. As a customer, there's no auto ship program or anything that you have to sign up with outside of that. If you ever want product again, you just come back and buy it on the same website from your friend. So that is the product side of what I wanted to talk about tonight. Now, you can either jump off now and go, okay, thanks, James, I'm good to go. Or you can stay for the remainder of what we're going to talk about here. And really what we're going to talk about next is something that I'm very passionate about. We've heard a lot of people talk about the product here. I'm very passionate about the business side of this because I know what an extra $500 a month can do for a family. I know what being able to not have a second job and be able to work from home and spend time with kids and just have more freedom for your lifestyle in general. I know personally what that can do for people because I've worked from home for now 20 years. So I've seen a lot of people do this, and this is something that's a passion of mine. And when I looked at Viewtify and we really dove in a little bit, I saw how simple it was. A lot of businesses out there are very complicated. It's hard to understand how to earn income from them. It's hard to even understand how to share it with other people. And that's what's really easy here is the way that we share things and the system and the process that I'll show you tonight of how we do that. So if you're a person that, I just want the product, I want to test drive it and see if it's going to work for me, just go do that. If you're a person that goes, wait a minute, I have a little entrepreneur bug in my head that says, hey, if there's opportunity, I need to go look at this. Because we're here with Viewtify, we're about adding additional streams of income to someone's household. This is not, quit your day job, come here full time, or work 20 hours a week here. This is like maybe an hour a day, maybe 30 minutes a day. And we show people how to build income streams in the pockets of their life, not adding more time they don't have to their life. And so we're really going to show you how to do that. We have a very simple system that everyone can use. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about positioning for a second. And this is going to be a real quick conversation. Because in terms of being an entrepreneur for the last 20 years, you get to learn a lot about business. And you see a lot of businesses come and go. Not many businesses get even past, never mind the 5th year. Most of them don't get past the 2nd or 3rd year. To get to the 5th year of business, which Viewtify is in its 6th year of business, it's not really normal for a company to do that. To be successful and get into the 6 to 10 years where you continue to grow and go through that expansion phase is even rarer. It's super rare to get to 10 plus years and to actually get to that legacy type company that is a household name. Most people know about it. If you talk to them about it, I could probably rattle off a bunch of names right now that people have done home-based businesses in before, and you would know their name. And they're a legacy company. And so this company is really right about there. And this is not a guesstimate. This is not I think this is where we are. The company's been around now for almost 6 years, and it's been proven to work. They've done over a million bottles or a million units out there in the marketplace. And that's been done in Mexico for about 5 years. It started to slowly come into the US over the last 6 to 7 months. And now it's just about to explode because at the end of April, which we'll have our launch event, April 22nd, we're introducing a new system, a new virtual office, 3 new marketing websites, a new mobile app, all these different things, all at one time. That's going to create a critical mass tipping point where this company will go from what we do now, which is a few $100,000 in sales a month, to a company that does over $1 million to $2 million a month in a very short period of time and beyond. And we'll just kind of continue to grow after that. The people that kind of get in between now and then have a really good opportunity to be part of this only happens once phase. where it jumps until it gets to that legacy phase where it kind of levels out, but it still grows. And so that's who I'm talking to tonight. I'm not talking to the person that wants to come in and share their link out there. I'm not talking to the person that goes, well, I want everything to be perfect. I want the website to all be perfect. I'll warn you right now, most of it's in Spanish. I'll just say that right away. The only thing that's not, I know that's not in Spanish is this presentation, because I made it. Or I made a bulk of it. And so when you come into this company, know that over the next 2 months, this is that time period where people look back and go, wow, do you remember when we had to do it that way? But that's only 2 months away because everything's already in motion to do this. Now, the pillars of success of this company really come down to the founders. It comes down to BioMS, the exclusive global opportunity, because you can't get this product anywhere else. And then our simple business plan, which I'm going to show you here in 2 seconds. You're going to hear a lot from our founder over the next few months, just because he is the one behind this company. He started this company 6 years ago to create a legacy for him and his family and the people that were involved inside his company. He's been in the wellness industry for 30 plus years, and he found out the hidden secret that some people know, most people don't, is that most of the supplements on the market are not absorbed into the body. That's why most companies are multi-billion-dollar health companies, because there's a lot of profit margin in products that don't work. And so he wanted to create a company that was different, that people could actually use the product and feel the difference. One of the things we have here that if you are a person that has a network of 10,000 or a network of 10, or you've done a home-based business, or you've worked from home or traded digital incomes online for the last 20 years since the internet's been alive, this is great for you. If you have never promoted a product like this, you have no idea what to do, and you've never done a business from home, this is for you. So we have a system that works for no matter how or where or when you want to fit it into your life. So we have Facebook groups that you're most likely a member of if you're watching this, Liquid Gold Wellness. We have Vitapreneurs, which is our Vitify entrepreneurs. We call all of our distributors entrepreneurs. And so we have all the training, all the tools that you need in order to do this. If you're not a Facebook person, that's cool. We've got a website. So we have it all in different forms. Now, in 2 months from now, all of this will not need to exist because it will all be in brand new websites and brand new virtual offices and brand new apps and all these different things that are almost completely done. And so all of these things are kind of temporary as we build out our new systems, but we don't want to wait until then because again, we've been doing very well over the last few months. And Angel's actually about to become the first founder in the US English speaking networks here in the US, and one of the first diamonds in the company, just because of the system that we have. It really has very little to do with us. It has everything to do with the actions that we do ourselves and what we teach other people. There are about 12 ways to earn additional income here at Vitify. We focus on the first 3, and then the next 3, and the next 3. So you do not need to learn the diamond pool and the generational leverage thingy majabber. All you gotta do is go, how do I make money tomorrow? What do I do first? And what I would recommend doing first is adding 10 people to our Liquid Gold Wellness group, because that does a bulk of the lifting for you. What do you want to do in your first 30 days? That's really up to you. But we do have a program where if you become an entrepreneur, which there's no fee to be an entrepreneur, you can just become an entrepreneur by purchasing one of our starter kits, which I'll show you here in a second. Most people get started with the kit 500. So it's about $500 of product that you can utilize yourself, offer it to other people, send it to friends and family, whatever you want to do with that product. We show you what to do with that product. If you come in and you help 3 other people do the same, you do not need to do it this way. This is just how you can do it and maximize this. 3 people, they also purchase the kit 500. That might mean you have to talk to 10 people or 20 people or however many people it is. And you'll earn startup bonuses and a triple bonus for doing that. You don't need to know what those are. We have a whole document that can explain that. And then when you do this in your first 30 days, so you don't need to do this in the calendar month, it starts on the day that you enroll, so you don't have to worry about enrolling today or on March 1st or whenever it is. All of that will count for the first 30 days. You can earn up to $730 and actually a little bit over it, but around $730 in your first 30 days by doing this. We've seen some people earn a few $1,000s in their first month. It just depends on what level of desire that you have. So this is out of those 12 ways I showed you about income, this is about 5 of those ways just in this. So we're not going to go over all of the different ways to earn income because again, we would be here all night. We have another presentation that you can kind of go and dive into that a little bit more if you're a person that goes, I want to know all the different ways. But we do a lot of travel here as well. We actually have a trip going on right now. I think Patty is just about to book her trip to Hawaii, hopefully, maybe. But I know we're going to Hawaii in 2 weeks. There's also a trip going on right now to Florida. We have 3 levels of trips. That is not a leaderboard type trip. This is not a trip you win. It's a trip you earn by being loyal to the company. So the way to earn these trips is you get a shipment of product every month. You become a pro, which I just showed you how to do with that 2,000 in volume. And you enroll 1 person a month. You do that for 3 out of the 4 months of the qualification. You go to vacation in Florida. It's a beautiful location in Clearwater, Florida. And then we do other trips like the master trip that we're doing right now to Hawaii, just a little different. You just need a little bit more to go to Hawaii. We actually just qualified. I just looked in our back office. We qualified for this. Hey, congratulations. We qualified for this trip. Once you earn $15,000 in residual earnings, so residual side of things, once you earn that, you're able to go on what they call a life converted trip, which they've gone to Dubai. They had scheduled for China, which of course they didn't go to in 2020 for obvious reasons. And then they have a new trip that's going to be to like either Greece or Croatia in early 2023. So all these trips are based off loyalties. So no matter if you are a person that wants to help people, earn income, or travel, you can kind of do all that here. It just depends on your level of desire and what you want to do. We also have really cool pools that once you get to certain places in the company, like I said, Angel will be a diamond this month. You get to participate in all of the global sales of the entire company, no matter where they come in, whether it's Mexico, Dominican Republic, Colombia, which is coming very soon, or other places that we will expand to. If you are a person that's like, you know what, James, I like to think bigger picture. What's the bigger picture here? I go, well, if you want to bigger picture this, think about this company doing $50 to $100 million a month in sales in the next 5 years. And you have the opportunity between now and the end of 2022 to participate in those in the future. The way to do that is to become a diamond by the end of 2022. That gives you a share of the overall sales of the entire company on top of the other pools that we just talked about. So that's only for people that go, hey, listen, I want to go. I want to change the trajectory of my life. I want to see what I could really do that could be special. And you can do that here, and you have until the end of the year to do that. And if you're that type of person, let us know, and we will personally coach you and help you do that. So as we get down to the brass tacks, is choose your startup kit. We have a couple options. It doesn't matter which one you do. It really comes up to you with what level you want to get involved at. We have 2 launch kits. One is a kit 1000. This allows you to come in and get a lot of products. You get about 14 of each product, and you get 20 brochures of each product. You get this cool thing where you're able to not only use the volume that you generate in your month that you enroll, but you also get to use it for the next 3 months. So that's the kit 1000. We have a kit 500, like I mentioned, that's probably the most prevalent kit that people go with, just because it gives you good product for you, maybe a spouse, family members, and then be able to offer it to a few other people. We've got some basic kits. We have a kit 250 or a kit 100. Just depends on how you want to come in. If any of these look attractive to you at all, I would just get back with the person that shared you this tonight and go, hey, listen, I need to learn more about this. How would this exactly work? What trainings programs do you have? What's my next step? The next step will be to get an order in because our orders take about 3 to 5 business days to come, and you're going to want to try the product. These also come with a money back guarantee too, just as a disclaimer as well. So these are things that you can purchase, try the product, and really kind of launch your business in whichever way that you want to. We also have an app that we're coming out with soon that is completely included. You're never really gonna have to pay for. So we have that app that's coming out really soon. That's gonna be available to everybody. I don't know why that was in there. We also have a wellness ship program that you get an additional discount every single month for ordering it. And then you get free shipping as well if you do that before the 10th. And finally, as I wrap up, all these things we talked about the product, we talked about the business, we had some people share their testimonials. Why would somebody want to join this launch team? Why did we join this launch team? We were not looking for anything, We're not looking for a business. We're not looking to do anything. This fell in our laps. And as we dug into it, we said, well, it's got organic growth to 1 million units sold in Mexico. No one knows about it in the United States. You go ask 10 people if they've ever heard of Vitify, almost guarantee you 10 out of 10 are going to be Vita who, because no one knows who it is. It's organically grown in the United States. Now, where the product is not organically grown, I always have to clarify that. The product is from Germany. It's manufactured in Germany, and then it's shipped and bottled either Mexico or the United States, depending on where you purchase it. And then family-owned legacy company was important to us because we want to know who's behind the company. Proprietary technology. This is not a Me Too product. Someone's not going to be like, oh, wow, I've got this other curcumin turmeric-based bio-MS product that works great too. Not going to find it. Simpler, and if you do, let me know. Simple rewards plan that everyone can participate in. Customer first culture, which we're really creating, and a chance to be part of something that is internationally expanding into the USA with a proven 6-year track record of success and then beyond. As I mentioned, we're already in Mexico, the United States, Dominican Republic, launching Colombia soon. It's already down there. So if you know anybody in Colombia, it's already kind of starting to buzz down there. We're also going into Europe. We're also going into Australia. We're also looking at the Philippines, and we're looking at South Africa, and we're looking at lots of different places, because what's really cool about curcumin is that it's everywhere. And it's really easy to get into most countries because, again, it's everywhere. It's already in India. So that should be a pretty easy place to get into. So those are all the places and the reason why somebody would want to join this launch team that we're putting together. So what I would encourage you to do is get back with the person that referred you and shared this group and this presentation with you tonight and say, hey, listen, I want to try the product side, or I want to learn more about the business side. And they'd be more than happy to share that information with you. So thank you so much for your time tonight. I hope it was helpful in one way, shape, or form. Have a wonderful evening. If you have any questions, again, you can get back with the person that invited you tonight, and hopefully we'll see you inside the community. If tonight is your first time here at Vitify and you decide to become part of our family, let me be the first one to welcome you. And have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Thank you, James. Have a good night.
Have a good night.